Well, Halloween is just less than 5 days away now, and in the spirit of Halloween, I went out and bought a Halloween costume. This is the Hercules costume, and it came with Hercules' sword. Really heavy, but I've gotten used to the feel by now. But trust me, that costume is not why I wanted to make this video. Oh no, that's not why I wanted to make this video. Not to show you my costume, no. I just wanted to get some Dear Abbeys out of the way that are themed with Halloween. The first article up, cheap candy might work magic on Halloween goblins. Dear Abby, I'm a retired widow, crippled with rheumatoid arthritis. Every October, I start dreading Halloween, which I consider to be a legal form of extortion. Technically, it's not extortion because nobody I see trick-or-treating has forced anybody to give them Halloween candy. Living on Social Security, I really don't want to waste money for candy. Also, it's very difficult for me to get up and down every 5 minutes to hand out candy. Too many of the children are 16 to 19-year-old males. And speaking, they would have no, and speaking as a 16-year-old himself, I would have no interest in this crippled widow by any chance whatsoever. I've tried keeping the lights off and hiding in my bedroom, but I wake up the next morning to find toilet paper in my trees and shrubbery. Once my front door has been sprayed steamy old witch. The police said they couldn't act because I didn't see who did it. Of course, even if I had seen them, they probably would have been in a costume. Now look, toilet paper on the house, if people are not willing to give out treats, there's one thing that the trick-or-treaters can do, and that's trick. And it's a very simple gag. Goes somewhere from papering a house, to egging the house, to just putting glue on the rug and then ringing the doorbell, and then the old person comes out and gets their feet stuck in the glue. Now, here's what Abby wrote. Dear Grouchy Grandma in Austin, Texas, because what you've done hasn't worked, buy a large bag of inexpensive candy. They're often for sale this time of year. Yes, and many dollar stores and pharmacies, believe it or not, will actually sell Halloween candy. And when the extortionists knock on your door, pay up, because your physical condition makes it difficult for you to get up and down, enlist the help of a relative or neighbor to help you dole it out, or leave the bowl outside by your door with a note saying, "Take one." That's something that really, it's just a minor complaint, but those bowls with a note saying, "Take one." Now, I know people are cheap and they can't afford to buy 10 bags of candy, but for God's sake, do we really have to take one piece of candy each? But that's up for another debate. And in a related article to Halloween, Dear Abby, Halloween is around the corner, and my 7-year-old daughter has decided to be a cowgirl. She wants the boots, the hat, and the gun. which by the way is a toy gun, so gun control nuts, don't pin me out on it. Is it appropriate to let her have a holster and an obviously toy gun to accessorize her costume for trick-or-treating? She will not be taking that part of her costume to school on Halloween. I live in a part of the country where guns are an important part of our culture, but I am unsure how to proceed. Confused about Halloween in Montana. Seriously, that's what the person wrote. Look, true, you can't carry a gun into schools, but if it's a toy gun, at least give the child a little bit of a leeway. I'm pretty sure she's not gonna pull the trigger. Now, Abby wrote this. Dear Confused, guns may be an important part of our culture where you live, but how do you feel about them? If it's alright with you, and the weapon your child carries is obviously a toy, then there should be no problem as you take her from house to house collecting her goodies. There is nothing wrong with a 7-year-old cowgirl not having a gun in holster as part of her costume. If you need verification, have her check out the character Jessie in the movie Toy Story 2. Now, in that movie, Jessie did not have a gun. And I noticed from watching the movie. P.S. Having her not take a toy gun to school is wise because many schools have strict policies about weapons, including toy weapons being brought on campus. Look, if she's not gonna pull the trigger, it's perfectly safe. Okay? Just give her leeway on the toy gun. So, yeah, there are some Halloween Dear Abbeys for you. Just get them out of the way. And go back to more pressing matters. Putting the costume back in the bag so that I can wear it so that I can wear it on Halloween. And I got this costume from Spirit Halloween. Yep, gotta get every accessory from there, including the sandals.